Hi Ivo, I want to discuss this with the community because I think it's an important point. We lightworkers have come here to create change, and often that's very uncomfortable. I myself have faced homelessness a few times, and there will be the unsympathetic who will say, "You created that yourself." I did because I was unaware of how to create anything better, plus I had a lot of work to do to change myself and raise my frequency because it was so low, having been raised by a toxic narcissistic parent and his enabling wife. My view on life was very skewed and I ran away from my emotions rather than facing them, which was what my parents taught me, to suppress them. Life was very hard for 40 years because I ran away from it. Finally I found the 12 steps, and this was a system where I got support and it showed me the way out of my dilemma by dealing with the ego, which is running me into the ground, and dealing with emotions. I remember one person in Overeaters Anonymous telling me this joke, which was supposed to be a slogan: "Face your stuff, don't stuff your face." Which is not an official slogan, but I had a good laugh. Then I went through 5 years of dark night of the soul. On top of that, I picked up on everyone else's pain, being a highly sensitive empath. I still can't believe I signed up for all of this. Now you tell me I contracted to become enlightened in this life as well so I can return to Vega upon my death. Ivo, you are beginning to come out of this now, my love, and you realize that you must learn to be kind to yourself and to change the energies to suit this new attitude. But this was your learning process. So the unsympathetic can say all they want because they always will, but when you were born deep into a toxic third-dimensional dualistic reality and are targeted by the dark all your life, you will suffer greatly. You triumph now because you are stepping into your power. So I feel I'm not the only one who's doing this. I want to say to the Lightworker that you've chosen to overcome these things. That's why your life is so hard. Also because despite what your ego tells you, you're powerful enough to do this. It's a question of working every day to become more loving. As you become more loving, you will surround yourself with loving people, and not the toxic ones you used to know. It's a question of changing yourself. And for some Lightworkers, that's all they've contracted to do, come here to take on the darkness in some way. In my case it was taking on the role of a victim, which the Matrix is more than happy to oblige you with, and to overcome it. Ivo, and you have more to do. You did contract to complete this total conversion from toxic broken ego to loving higher self in one lifetime. Not all Lightworkers have. That is why your work feels so urgent to you, my love, because you want to help others to overcome this programming as well. You have created your free e-course on your website to help people understand how they think, feel and act as a victim, and that once this programming is negated, a loving fifth-dimensional consciousness is waiting. And that is no work. Your people have simply covered over the loving being you were when you were born by creating the mega-ego from the lower mind. So most of our work is geared to helping you realize this and to overcome it. All of your life's experiences were geared to showing you the truth, the reality you were living in, and to move you closer to your true family, us, the ones you call your galactic family. Your Earth family wanted to kick you out when you needed a home with them for 7 weeks. Do you think we would do that to you? No. Ivo, the other truth is that your mother was contracted to support you in many ways, including financial, despite all appearances to the contrary. You knew when the chips were down, you could count on her support, and that is why. You could not count on anyone else in your family, which includes extended relatives. No, I realized that the other night. Only my mother was there for me to any degree. The rest didn't want to be bothered. Ivo, it is the truth. So you must understand the lie in order to let the lie go. That is the entire point of a life such as the Lightworkers. Your entire world is a lie as you live it collectively, and from the standpoint of your ego. It is an unreality which you are being manipulated into creating, not even for your own benefit. The only truth is love. As it was said, all you need is love. It sounds like magic, and to a certain extent it is, because love is the power of God. And that is the only power there is. That is why your controllers trick you into creating the dark world they want, because you hold the power of love. They are powerless. But they trick you into creating a world that does not support you. So you all must step away from it and use your loving power to create a better world. Suffering through taking on lives such as Sharon's is part of changing this world. Sharon can now say the world is a better place because she has changed as a person. Each individual changing themselves for the better creates a better world. The more loving you are, the more you step into the true reality and your personal God-given power. Me, true. Ivo, your parents taught you to repress your emotions, and the way most people accomplish this is through addiction. Your world is very addicted. But in fact, emotions are energies that show you the truth. Your negative reaction is telling you something about what you are being confronted with. You are being confronted by something you do not like, so your reaction is negative. What you must then do is remove yourself from the source and allow your emotions to rise up again. So many do not do this, they stay in circumstances they are unhappy with. You did this for a long time because you felt that that was all there is on your world, unhappy people living unhappy lives. This was constantly confirmed to you until you decided to change things and refused to have the people who confirm this to you around you. Now you are finding out that it is not so, because you have had enough of the unhappy people. You said you would rather be alone than continue to liaise with unhappy people. And you are alone and happy. Now you will attract happy people because you are at that vibration. Your people think that being unhappy is normal. It is not. It need not even be on your planet. There are better options. Me, we didn't come here to be comfortable, we came here to create change and to start off the ascension process. But happiness is possible when you've transmuted your own stuff and let it go. There are some that say you can be happy anytime, it's just that you have to let go of conditions and expectations and choose to be happy. That takes a lot of mind power, but it is doable. I found that as soon as I dealt with one part of my stuff, another part would just take its place and I had to grieve that. Ivo, yes, and you still do the work at night time. That is why you wake up in a bad mood at times, and the best thing is to use chakra clearing, yogic breathing and other tools in order to clear out what is left from the nightmares and to raise your mood. It is a full-time process that the Lightworker has on their hands, plus commitments like jobs and family commitments taking time away from doing this work. Me, or sometimes feeding the negativity. Ivo, yes, you must make choices that work for you, that you can tolerate. Because many Lightworkers have difficulty tolerating large amounts of negativity. You are not the only one. Lightworkers often ask what they came here to do, not realizing that in taking on the role of a suffering victim and empowering themselves out of that role, that is the work they came here to do. There may be more, as was the case with Sharon, which was to aid others in their own empowerment by writing about it. Hence this video. There is much help out there to be had. Lightworkers are here to embody the truth, to embody the light. When you live in the matrix and continue the lies that enslave humanity, you are not stepping into the light. You are staying in the darkness. Me, I want to say, too, that Lisa Renee has a 4-body system for doing exactly that. She has a video of a conference she spoke at where she talks about this. I'm doing this myself. It's called her Energetic Self-Mastery course and says it's psychic self-defense, but I find it's more than just defensiveness. www.youtube.com web link. Her course focuses on the physical, mental, emotional and spiritual bodies and how to create an ascension process through each of these bodies. For example, the mental body would be to eliminate toxic thoughts and toxic people from your life, watch for negative patterns of thinking like obsessing, black and white thinking, minimizing, awfulizing, cognitive distortions. And then just ignore them rather than going with them, because negative thoughts aren't even ours anyway. There's your illusion. We're light beings, not dark beings. We don't have dark thoughts unless someone is putting them into our head and making us believe they're ours. Yup. I still think this is a crazy place. The truth definitely is stranger than fiction. Ivo, which is a good point, my love. Would you think a loving world was crazy? No. It would make sense to you, which is what we mean when we say, you are a being of love. All else seems crazy to you because it's not what you align with. Me, So I signed up to tell people the crazy truth. I would. Ivo, you are strong enough to do it. One thing that must be remembered is that all pain is resistance to love. Of course love does not hurt. It is our natural way. When you are in pain, it is because you are resisting love. If you are removing an energy block and feel pain, it is because at one time you resisted the truth, love, and this pain lodged itself in your energy body. And it must now be released. Which is the lion's share of the work you are doing as you ascend, releasing old blocked pain. Me, I seem to be over most of mine. Yay. Ivo, yes, it does end. That is the other message we must pass on, it is not forever. It will end. Me, okay, thank you Ivo. Ivo, my love, my sweet Rouse, I await you.